Hello everyone, Valentine Use here for Graded Picture Playground. If this is your first time on this channel, hit on the subscribe button and click on the notification bell to get notified when new video is uploaded. In this tutorial, I want to show you how you can create YouTube thumbnail using the legacy title inside of Premiere Pro CC. This is not actually the best way, but for those who are not very good at using Photoshop or other graphics designing software, this would kind of help you to create a nice looking thumbnail for your YouTube video, as the case may be. To get started, there are things you need to have in mind. First is to know the kind of background you want to use for your thumbnail. Then secondly, how do you want the thumbnail to look like? So thumbnail sometimes is the gateway, just like you have a book cover. That is how the thumbnail is when it comes to YouTube video. The way it appears, the way it's appealing is what will determine if you get a click on that video. So to get started, we go to our file, new, then legacy title. Then on clicking on it, it will take the timeline settings, which you see here, 1920 by 1080. We click on OK. But before then, I will have to place an image on the background so that we know what we want to do. So let me close this window. Then let's take an image among those that I have on my bin. This image is a very large image. It's a 2K resolution image. So we have to scale it down to fit the frame size. So let's go to File, New, the legacy title. And click on OK. This is it. We are on the legacy title panel. If you've not seen the tutorial on how to locate and use the legacy title, hit the info card at the top of your screen to see the tutorial on how to use the legacy title and locate it as well. So this is where we want to create thumbnail. YouTube. Thumbnail. This is it. You click on the selection tool, then you scale it out by holding down your shift to have equal scale. This is it. You can bring this in a bit. Oh, sorry, there's a mistake on my YouTube spelling. So you have a YouTube. So this is the right spelling. So let's scale down a bit. You can also come to your font setting here and reduce it. And this is it. Let's also look for a bolder font, like let's use this Gotham Ultra. You see the Gotham Ultra is very large, and let's make it bold. Okay, it's bold. Then we scale it down because it has taken, it's not larger than the initial one. So hold down your shift to scale, and this is it. The YouTube thumbnail measurement is 1280 by 720. So that is the standard. So this is it. YouTube thumbnail. Then legacy title, which is where we are creating it from. Let's just add that as another line. Legacy title. So we can decide to reduce this one. So this is just an additional information. The next thing is to start beautifying it. Okay, YouTube is known for red color. Let's make this YouTube a red color by coming to fill after highlighting the YouTube. Then we choose the red color. This is it. Then we have that done. YouTube. Then let's change this font from Gotham to, just follow the procedure. Is easy. This is the very stage where you make your arrangement and come out with a nice looking thumbnail using the legacy title. So this is it. We have this one like this, just like so. Then you see the background is whitish, so we need to think of how to make the write-up pop out from the background. So the next thing now is to scroll down on your property panel. Scroll down. Let's highlight the shadows. Then under the shadows, we increase the opacity of the shadow. Then the angle, we take it down to 0 so that we will not have angle. Then we take the distance to 0 as well. Then you see everything is coming up, so we increase the size a bit. Let's increase it a bit, then reduce the spread. And we say it, so we can decide to change the color of the shadows to maybe red. Let it have a kind of red outline. This is it. So it's looking extremely shadowy because the size is high. We can bring down the size a bit. This is it. So we've been able to create the title. The next aspect now is to now work on other designs on it. So let's close this, and immediately you close your legacy title panel, your title will automatically be inside your project bin. So you pick it from there and place on the picture. So we're having it now on our timeline. So the background is still looking very shadowy. It's overpowering the write-up. So we come to the background, we click on Lumetri, just as you have here. If you don't have your Lumetri pop out on the panel that it is, you come to your Windows and you click on Lumetri color. So that is where you get it. So any panel that is not present on the surface, you just click on your Windows to get that panel highlighted. So this is it. We now come to the basic under Lumetri. So the first aspect is to bring down the exposure of the image. You see, we'll bring it down, the exposure of the image. We have crushed it down. Then we can increase the contrast so that the write-up pops out very well. Then the other aspect now is we can make this one warm a bit. That is the background color. Can make it warm despite the fact that we've reduced the exposure. Then we can come to our white and bring it down. Every setting that I'm working on here is that of the image that we have at the background, so that the write-up will be readable. So we can bring down the highlight of it down to 0. So we've created it simple and easy. So if we have other things that we want to insert into it, it's now left for us to start putting other graphical images right here on the timeline. So let me say we put in this YouTube icon, which is this. So what is here now is the YouTube icon has a background which we have to take out. If it happens that you come across something like this that has to do with removing the background of your image. So what we do now is we select that layer. Let's come to property. There is a process that I would want us to use, a simple crop tool to get it out. So crop is under video effects, transform, and you get your crop there. So let's crop out the edges. So the first one is to crop the bottom. We crop it to that point. So we can decide to crop it all the way down. This is just a rough cropping. So we crop the top Then we crop the right hand side. You see it? Then we crop the left hand side as well. So let's assume we are using something like this just for the sake of the tutorial. Now, the next stage now is to come to your motion and scale down this very icon. You can scale it down, let's say to 35. The next thing is for you to move the position. You can move it down, then push it down here. Legacy title. That's it. So we have it set in this form. So one will be wondering, what should we do? So we have it like this. When you come to your projects or program monitor, you highlight it by clicking on it. You now have this blue outline of the program monitor. And there is an icon here which is a export frame, which is the camera icon. So if you don't have it, or if you're not seeing it here, all you do is to click on this add button, then you pick it from these tools. These are tools that you use in working on the program monitor. So this is it here. I already have it there. You click on OK once you pull it down. So this is it. So you now click on this icon. It will show out a dialog box where you can name this still maybe thumbnail. Then you change it to JPEG, or you can decide to use PNG. Often I use JPEG. Then if you want to reuse this image inside your project, you can click on this box, import into project, which is so. Then you click on OK. Then we come back to our project bin. This is what we have created. This is what we have created. You see it here? This is the initial one that we created. Now this is the still image that we've snapped. So the next thing now is this process that I just showed you. And if you want to also snap still images from your movies, but eventually you don't have some of those clips that you actually need for your project, you can use this same process in snapping that picture. Then one more thing, the location where you save your picture also matters. So let's re-export this by clicking on this icon. Then we have our path as C. So let me change it to another location, which is my backup drive. So we come to the folder and I click on images. Then I can name that by selecting that folder. Then we name this one thumbnail. You see it? So the reason why you need to make sure you are organizing your project is to enable you see them whenever you are looking for it at a particular location. So this is it. You click on OK. Already exists. Override. Yes. So because I already created that. So this is it. We have this one here as a still image. So I hope you've learned something on how to quickly create your thumbnail while you are editing, instead of you facing the hassle of going to your Photoshop software to start designing your thumbnail. You can just quickly put things together, especially when you are flexible with the tools of a Premiere Pro which you are using for your video editing. So I hope this tutorial helps, and please, if this is your first time on this channel, hit on the subscribe button and click on the notification bell to get notified when new video is uploaded. And if you want to support us, we have our PayPal link in the description, and also our bank account where you can make your contribution so that we'll be able to upgrade our gadgets that would enable us do things that would actually benefit you all. Once again, thank you. I'm Valentine Ose. See you in our next tutorial.